You see, I'm gonna tell you something. They always want you to, you know what these rappers, all these singers, all these big rappers y'all look up to? They always tell you what the good part about, but they never tell you what the bad part. And that's crazy, man. Yeah, they got all this money, but they dealing with emo spirits. They dealing with killing themselves. They dealing with, man, come on, man.
Hello everyone. How are you? Hope all is well with you all, and you and your family are doing just fine. So unless you are living under a rock, you would have known about music mogul Puff Diddy Combs' case in the USA, and will also know that his Pufftastic ship is sinking, and all his so-called friends are abandoning ship and snitching their way out of court. I have been following his case daily and seeing where there are so much bigwigs in entertainment that have been called to testify on the stand, some of whom I am in shock and awe and amazement that these people, we would look up to them as idols and think that they should at least have a brain, you know. But something I have learned since I got older is that be careful who we look up to as idols, because people only show you what they want you to see, and the other half has never been told, and you will never know what is going on behind closed doors unless someone comes out and tell us. The thing that I'm most curious about is, wasn't there any Jamaicans in the house? Was there any Jamaicans going to these parties? Because in whatever capacity they played, Jamaicans are everywhere. Though very smart and very resilient, they may have made sure that they did not get caught up in the whole drama of being identified. But guess what? The case is not finished yet, and there's so much things being revealed each day. It's crazy. Well, of course, apart from Jay-Z, who it's alleged has Jamaican roots or was born in Jamaica or so on, I have not confirmed that as yet. Anybody in the comment section who know can comment if he was born Jamaican or if he's just Jamaican parentage. Because Jay-Z, it's alleged, has been a part of the whole P. Diddy Brotherhood and knew exactly what's been going on. Another person that is most popular seen at these parties as a part of the Brotherhood is Kevin Hart. The funny thing is, I am a fan of Kevin Hart and all his movies because the jokes, he's so funny. But I'm telling you, this P. Diddy case has pushed out a lot of the people that you would respect and look up to as just not being what we are expecting them to be. Because Kevin Hart has also been showed to even be hosting parties with P. Diddy, and very happy at it too. Funny thing is, all these people are quietly distancing themselves, and unless they come up on the FBI radar where they needed to be summoned to court, they are staying quiet as if, please don't call my name. I hope I'm not on the radar to come in. Another person that is not really surprising but made me curious is that the African giant Burna Boy name has been calling with P. Diddy, because it's alleged he shared intimate moments with P. Diddy, and there are tapes and recordings and sounds and it's alleged P. Diddy was instrumental in Burna Boy getting a Grammy. It has gotten traction so much so that another African musical co-worker came out and made fun of it and alluding to the reason why Burna Boy got his only one Grammy. And because he could not keep up with P. Diddy and was avoiding him by start distancing himself from P. Diddy, things has not been going well for Burna Boy.
What's up, boy? Triple, quadruple. It's good. In the flesh. Yes, sir. Yeah. So much to tell you, man. Welcome home.
Everybody just they rush, they go America to snap with Diddy that year. But Inote after Burna post his picture with Diddy, the next year I've been at the same particular year, Burna won Grammy. You understand me? All I they do since na echiche. So I just the wonder. Burna Boy, this video, I they ask you question. Don't get offended. Now question I they ask. How many oil did he drop for your nyash before them give you that trophy? Burna, how many oil did them rob for your nyash before?
Bear in mind that P. Diddy is a part of a system that control who in the industry rise to fame and who is taken down. And if you're not continuing to play ball with this system, you are side-eyed, blackballed, and doors are closed on you. So there's no more Grammy for Burna Boy. His career is a bit quieter now without Diddy. The power that it's alleged P. Diddy has is confusing to me, because I don't know how so much billionaires and supposedly intelligent people. Funny thing is, my granddad always say there is a difference between education and intelligence. One don't necessarily mean you have the other. For me, getting so much celebrities cornered is crazy, because these people are not feeling for anything. They had enough where they could satisfy or go into other businesses to help keep them going. You know what I mean? There are options. That is the point though. And there is social media. So why did they feel the need that they have to get involved in these things that is alleged that P. Diddy and his system is a part of? How did P. Diddy, as it's alleged, convince them to do the things they do? The biggest names you can think of, the likes of Will Smith, which is our very own Fresh Prince that we have loved for years, and actually look at him as being some level of smart and intelligent. Kim Kardashian, Mariah Carey, YK Osiris, Meek Mills, poor Justin Bieber, and Chris Cross. Usher, he had it bad. And so many more top names, like Steve Harvey, who always seemingly have the right things to say about family and relationship. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, big strong WWE Raw fighter, because I am a boxing fanatic and wrestling is my thing. I follow that up from way back when. And to see names like this being called up in situations like this, it's not a good look. At one time, this guy was the most eligible bachelor. Brad Pitt, the crush of so many women. There is just so many names to call of elite people. We're not talking about hungry people or desperate people, you know. We are talking about top of the line people in their careers. How did they get caught up in this? Don't you think, for example, if there is 1,000 celebrity and at least 500 said no, you think that he would still have that much power? So let me reason. There's allegedly, through testimonies coming out in court, that there is a system in place, like an initiation, where sexual explicit acts are forced or coerced on these celebrities, and they are caught off guard and videoed. And these videos, they do not know of them that they were being videoed, and these are archives to keep control over them in their weakest moments. It's alleged that some of them were drugged knowingly and some were drugged unknowingly, because drugs were in eye drops, drugs were in the water, drugs were in the drinks. Those are allegations that are coming out in court. So I guess what they're saying, after they are at their weakest moment, they are coerced into these freak-offs, which after all of that, they are then convinced it's the price they pay for protection and being a part of the industry's successful elite. And their success will be capitalized because of the connections they will get now, as more doors will be open to them. And also when they are called on and they participate, it shows that you are supporting the movement. But if you declined, you are blackballed and doors will be closed on you. Contracts that they would have gotten, they will get it no more. Collaborations that they could have had and movie roles, they will get it no more. And generally what you're seeing is that they will hit rock bottom, because phone calls they could have made to certain people, these people don't answer them no more, because they are seen as they are not a part of the team. The funny thing is, these freak-offs are witnessed by these so-called celebrities, and they see people being seriously hurt. They see people who are vulnerable being used up in these freak-off, and they stayed silent. People were being erased, and these so-called people who supposedly have a conscience because they are now coming out on the stand in court with so much remorse, but the people who were ostracized, they themselves never reach out to these people to try to be there for them or even try to help them, you know. My opinion is silence is consent. Yet these powerful people who are not feeling for money, not hungry, want us to believe they are speaking now because of the trial. We must feel sorry for them because they were manipulated to be a part of what they are a part of. In my little brain, it don't make sense. Being sorry, it would have been to warn other people, to come out and help even the weaker ones that get caught up in it. Many people who were celebrities and said no, their lives are in the dumps. And these same celebrities that are in remorse now, in court talking, they not try to help them. They have never reached out to them, and they knew what happened, and they went along with the gig. So you want to tell me now, if the FBI never run in, because of course there would have been 1 or 2 people who would have given information silently and they're realizing that it's a lot of people giving information silently. That is why the case was end up being brought to court and turned into a whole FBI investigation. So without this, these people would have never come out. I see Beyonce understand saying, oh, she's sorry she was silent for so long. Like, seriously, you have money, fame, and everything. You had protection. Not only you, Beyonce, many other celebrities, and they could have come out as a group a long time, and it wasn't going to take away their riches or their wealth, because once you have certain level of money, there's just too much things you can invest in and be a part of that can make you not suffer in life. But at least you'd have stopped something like this to be happening for so long. So many good artists flare up 1 minute once they are a part of the team, and when they can't keep up or manage it, they are just thrown one side and nobody even want to have a conversation with them. So they withered or would die. So all that talent gone. So these so-called celebrities that are speaking out now at the trial, they want us to feel sorry for them because they were manipulated to be a part of what they were a part of. I'm yet to hear any one of these celebrities that are called in to the witness stand say that a gun was held to their head while they had to do what they did. None of them can say that they were not held against their will to do what they did. Their lives weren't threatened for them to do what they did. And after all that they have witnessed and seen, have known, these people went on living their lives seemingly happy. As remember, we out here can't read their minds, just that we don't see any actions to prove otherwise. All we've seen is they taking advantage of their newfound links, getting big roles on contract in the industry, and said nothing. That's why we have to always big up Jaguar Wright, Jamie Foxx. Those are some of who try to expose the system. Some others did try, but already paid dearly, and some are not here with us anymore. I want to ask the hundreds or maybe thousands of you who get caught up in this freak off, if half of you or even 30% of the amount of people who are part of this Diddy parties had come out and made a stand and said no, you think it would have gathered momentum for P. Diddy to be such a powerful mogul? Always remember, there is power in numbers. You lot wanted success beyond that and decided to test it. It's just that some of you lot could not keep up when all you had to say from the onset is no. Cassie, the famous P. Diddy girlfriend Cassie. Ah boy. Remember, when Cassie get in with P. Diddy, she was already a big artist, She was not desperate, She was not no hungry girl, She had means and she was already popular. But she get caught up in promise of success beyond her means. The glamorous lifestyle, the expensive clothes and jewelry, motor vehicles and homes. She was a willing participant, so she took the risk. But on the onset of what P. Diddy was about, she could have said no and walk away. Okay, said she was unsure of what to do, but the abuses is not one abuse, two abuse, three abuse, thousands of abuse. Even after the first 10 then, Cassie couldn't walk away. However, the abuse that Cassie received allegedly by the hands of P. Diddy was wrong. Absolutely wrong. And no one should ever have had to go through that. Someone weeing on you and he is your boyfriend. It's alleged he put Cassie out there to sleep with any and anyone so he could get a kick out of it. Now my thing is that when you love somebody or in a relationship with somebody, why would you want to just tout them out there to any and every man to jump them while you watch? That is some serious, sick, sadistic abuse. That is just so evil and heartless. She has had to go to the doctor so many times for various different infections and she still stayed. Please, somebody make it make sense. However, as a Jamaican, do I believe similar things are happening in Jamaica? Hell yes, those things are happening. It has been proven that people are so desperate to belong and will do anything to be a part of any system that is popular and beneficial to them. And they do not care the risk. I remember in recent years there was an allegation that a very popular promoter had foreigners around him, because from time to time foreigners would be around him, and it's alleged there were girls that were basically loaned out or given out or assigned to these men, and they were complaining that they were peed on. Oh no. And you know, all social media people stay, them no ram to snitch on themselves. I remember listening to a girl who was with an artist, yes, a Jamaican artist, and she was on social media verbaling. She was in some cascas with friends and she blurted out, that's why the man them no like you and they don't want you back at them place, as all the other girls making more money than you because the man them say your pump's no good. And she was explaining how anytime them supposed to go wherever this place is, she can call XYZ at least 4 or 5 girls, but she have to start leave back such girl, and that a carry the feelings, but and her fault. And the man them say she not for come back because her whatever part's no good. It was a long cuss back and forth on social media a few years ago. Not too long though, because it was a big social media cuss out between the girls. So it was easy by what they were saying to pick up they were in a situation like the P. Diddy scenario. Like all of them, when summoned, let's put it that way, the group of them would go to wherever this place is and so on, and X amount of all kind of man is there, and them do them all kind of summer, all kind of RG and all kind of stuff, but they get paid well. And the crazy thing, they had no shame to them game. I was listening because these things better than movie, because are real life things these. So think again. Do you think that exactly what goes on with P. Diddy? We don't have systems in Jamaica that might not have been so lavish like P. Diddy own, but in smaller unit is happening right here in Jamaica. Trust and believe that. You notice that most of these younglings, they don't really want to work, But yet still, them have on the most expensive brands, this brand. Eyelash did hair deals, nails did foot shall, hand shall. Yes, I know it's manicure and pedicure, but my granny always have a thing she call foot shall and hand shall. Yes, so all of those things getting done and so on. And it's not a one man paying for that. And there's further proof, because just listen to the recent podcast with Jeffrey and Chrissy. Look at Chrissy lifestyle. What do you think? Do you think that she graduated from school and went into a solid job that paid her how much money and she had a high-flying career? Read the footprints and watch the lifestyle. All I have to say is, guys, don't be too surprised when you hear anything like this come out in Jamaica, because trust and believe, these girls are out here living their maddest lives. And not only being biased girls and boys. Yeah? Anyway, guys, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to my platform, please. Love you all. Bye for now.